I'm here in what was the Dundarran State School. It's now in the Hervey Bay Historic Village and Museum with former teacher John Anderson, who is now the president of the Hervey Bay Historic Village and Museum. John, you never taught in this school, did you?
No, I didn't, but my wife and all of her siblings are up on the wall there.
So they attended this school.
Here, sat in this very building at Dundarran.
And this is a lovely building here at the Historic Village, but it must be one of maybe 50. How many buildings do you have?
Oh, about 20, close to 30 now. But this particular building, the school, is on the register of the National Register of Historic Schools of Australia.
Yeah.
So there's plenty on the website about it.
It's a wonderful example of a single room, a single teacher school.
Yes,
it is
one teacher school.
A remarkable building, very well preserved. When was it built?
Oh, way back in the late 1800s. And the interesting thing, there were 7 of these schools in the bush behind the bay when virtually the bay had 1 or 2.
Yeah, well, Nickenbaugh's still there.
The Nickenbaugh's still there. That originally was at Bunya.
Yeah.
So
a few. Duckenwilla. There's even a song about the Duckenwilla School by Chad Morgan.
Yes, yeah. And Takura, of course, is still there.
Yeah, that's
and,
right. Yeah.
And the Craig Niche School is the CWA Hall in Torquay Road. So they're still around.
Yeah, okay. And how long has this building been here at the Historic Village?
Oh, this come here roughly through the 1980s.
Okay.
Yes.
And the first buildings here were opened in 1974, 50 years ago.
50 years ago on the 16th of March.
Yeah. And is the Historic Village doing anything to celebrate 50 years?
We certainly are, George. We've waited 50 years for the opportunity to celebrate the golden anniversary. And among a few of the things is that we have produced, it's at the printers now, a special book, 200-page book with a value of probably $35, $40 that the first 300 families through will get a complimentary copy. And this is not just the history of the museum, but it's the history of the bay, early a bit, but mainly from 1974 to now, and the changes. And when you look at such things as a chapter there on then and now, when you look at traffic lights when there was none, and now we've got umpteen. You look at the ambulance officers, it's going to be at the doctors in those days, probably 3 or 4 doctors, but now there's countless doctors. So it's a book of interest to the general public with lots of photos, and beside that we had to design a museum flag competition with entries from everywhere. That's been decided. And it will be unveiled on the day and rung up the new flagpole in the front, and the winner will $200 cash prize for the winner. So there'll be proper flags produced, and that'll flow whenever the museum's open, together proudly with our Australian flag. So it's been an interesting thing. Beside that, we have a memorial can, marble can being unveiled. We have a sundial on the top, because we get lots of schools, designed for here by Oles in Maryborough, donated by the family of Oles. And there's all these exciting things. Yeah,
it'll be a wonderful day.
And it'll be a free day, an open free day for everyone, as our way of saying thank you for the people of Hervey Bay in particular, and all of the visitors in general over 50 years who have come along and made this place the success that it is today.
And why do you think it has been so successful? Why for 50 years have people really enjoyed visiting here?
I think one of the big things has been the fact that from day one, it's been a volunteer-based organisation, non-profit, and I can't think of any other business in the Bay, and I've lived here all my life, that is still going after 50 years with virtually the same owners, plenty of government departments and things like that. Hotels change, but to go 50 years is quite a milestone. All volunteer based. No one ever in 50 years has received 1 cent in wages, and that is why I think the enthusiasm is there. People are here because they want to be here and do something special. Not for us. It's not. We're not doing it for us. We're doing it for the future.
And thank you to you and all the volunteers. That would be perhaps thousands since 1974. People have volunteered here. The beautiful gardens, the buildings, the way you've updated the displays. It's a real credit to all the army of volunteers that have been involved for 50 years.
Yes, George, I did a rough tally just the other day just out of interest, and I just grabbed at random a few of the regular older members that have been here, and when you add up the service that they have given, collectively there's way over, with just less than a handful of volunteers, way over collectively 100 years of volunteer service alone. So, you know, it's countless hours that have been put in here by volunteers.
Yeah, thank you to you and the whole team. It is a remarkable institution. I really encourage people to come on the 16th of March. For 50 years, this historic village has been an incredible resource, and we'll celebrate on the 16th of March and look forward to many, many more years.
And we mustn't forget Australia Day, of course, coming up very soon. Another big day here at the museum. And the beauty of that is families come in, children are free, a couple of dollars or something for entry for adults. They can let the children go, the whole museum's open, they can go around, they know they're safe, they're in a fenced area. They have their tractor rides, they have plenty to eat, plenty of entertainment, thong throwing, making rope, you name it, it all happens. And the interesting thing I always find on our big days, I always make it a habit of going up towards the front, towards the close, and saying to people, you know, why have you got a smile still in your face after being here from 9 o'clock this morning? And they just say, look, where else can you go? And for a couple of dollars, entertain the whole family and have such an enjoyable day, all day in our grounds, under the trees if it's hot, and all the buildings are open. So it's just really a magical place.
Yeah, thanks, John.